competition behind him gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the game between the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and how we sent them packing. Average, overrated team. This and much more with Aaron and John. Yo. What's up, John?
Haneke!
Excellent.
Haneke.
Welcome, everybody.
Haneke.
Harry Hog Football, episode number 537, in which we are back from our triumphant journey to FedEx Field to witness what, dare I say,
I called it.
victory against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do we have some party music? Should we play some party music?
We should play some party music. We beat the defending Super Bowl champions.
Do I have party music
scare
here?
last year, and now that Taylor Heineke's got an exact 10 games starting in this league, he has now beat Tom Brady.
Dude, I need to find
The
some
average quarterback. I thought we were going to see awesome Tom Brady. He sucked.
You are a loser, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Tom Brady had an QBR rating of 31.7, which we don't understand that the difference between that and RTG.
QBR?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a QBR rating, but they also have a rating, QBR rating, and right next to it says rating.
I don't know the difference. I'm sure some dudes in the peanut gallery may know the difference here, but dude, from beginning to end, we led this game. It was never in question, except for once or twice. And
We picked off Tom Brady twice.
I didn't get angry the whole game, dude. Normally, I'm always getting kicked out of stadiums and whatnot. Not this time.
We were all chill. We were just like, whatever happens, happens. We're just gonna sit there and then see where the cards lay.
It was brilliant. And everyone that listens to this podcast, dude, knows how much we're always like, we need a long, sustained drive. And boy, howdy, did we get a long, sustained drive to end that game.
Dude,
I wasn't expecting one that long.
We got to that point. I think it was Mike Evans caught that long touchdown that someone messed up. We'll talk about that in a bit. And you and I looked at each other and said, long, sustained drive, like almost at the same time. We were like, it's long, sustained drive, because we say that all the time. But Heinicke gave us the longest sustained drive of the season, man. It's the longest drive in the NFL this season. Dude,
I don't know if I've ever remembered a 19-play drive ever. 19 plays.
Fantastic.
It took like almost 11 minutes, dude.
Uh-huh.
I think it was only like 9 something, but when we looked at the clock, they were punting to us with like 11 minutes left, I think.
It was 10:58 when they punted, I believe.
Yeah, and by the time we got it and started on first down, it was like 10 something, like closer to 9 something. So, but dude, I was like, dude, we got to have a long sustained drive.
I lost you.
You got me again? I can hear you. It's whatever you're clicking on, dude. You keep losing me. Can you hear me again?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't know what's up with that thing that's cutting off your sound.
I don't either.
Stop wiggling your wire, dude.
Stop what? I gotta stop wiggling my wire.
What was I just talking about before that happened? I lost my entire train of thought. It's not easy. It's not hard.
We kicked the Buccaneers' rear ends.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. We were talking about the long sustained drive and how long it was.
Oh, yeah.
And I said that, yeah.
Dude, it was brilliant. Like, I remember when the drive started, we were saying long sustained, and I was like, what I was envisioning is that we needed to score 7 on a long sustained drive so that the Bucks wouldn't have time to get the ball back twice. We didn't even give them the ball back with time for once. They got it with like 20 some seconds left after scoring a touchdown. I was expecting them to get the ball with like 3 to 5 minutes left, and that Tom Brady would march down the field and get 1 touchdown, would still be up by 3, and then we just needed to run the clock down. Oh no, they didn't even.
That's what we were thinking.
Dude, it was like the first time in forever when we had a chance to win a game that they didn't like make it. You know how we're always like, why do they, even when we win, they have to make it so close that we have heart attacks?
Right.
Not this time. They didn't do it. He just marched us down the field, and then that 4th and 1 where I was literally saying we should kick it. The guy next to me was like, no, we need to go. And then I didn't have a problem either way. Of course, if they went and didn't make it, I may have. But
right.
Thinking about it, even if we wouldn't have made it, they would have had to go 99 yards down 10 in like 30 seconds with no timeouts. And then get the ball back and do it again. So either way, I see why he went for it now. But in that moment, I was like, I'd much rather be up. What would
7 instead of 4.
Yeah. Because at least they would have to go down and get a touchdown to tie. But, our little section that we were in, section 200, I don't think anyone's in the peanut gallery. That's kind of weird after a win. But anyway.
Yeah. Weird.
It looks like Trail Chicken is listening actually on Discord, in the Discord room. What's up, Trail Chicken? So Trail Chicken's in the Discord room. That's cool. Anyway, object is how it's coming through. Why don't they fix it? object. I gotta get down here.
Object.
Hold on, I can refresh it and then it'll show his name.
Yeah.
It
was a great victory. I'm trying to find on that last drive. It was like 3 or 4 third downs that we had to make and made over and over again. It looked like Tampa Bay's defense was just gas, man. They were just
4th down. How many 4th downs did we make?
And of course that 4th down as well.
Oh, but you know what my favorite play? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say my favorite play on the drive, and then it also cemented him as one of my favorite players on the team, was when Terry McLaurin went across the middle. I think it was 3rd and 4 or something like that. 3rd and 5, and he held onto that ball and got crushed. And everyone was yelling for the flag, and I was like, okay, he got hit hard, but I'm like, why are you freaking out? He caught it. It's a 1st down. I mean, we got it. And they're freaking out. I'm like, but he caught it, as far as I could tell. And that play, that was a man's play right there. Pretty much everyone on the team was going all out to beat these dudes. They wanted revenge from last year. Also, oh my gosh, no one except for me gave them a chance to win in the entire world. And
I have to admit, I did not. I thought we were going to get beaten by like 40 to 50 points.
Now, I could see it setting up, and here's why. I saw Tom Brady play last week against the Saints. He didn't look that great. He threw that super bad pick, and then he threw 2 more this week. They lost Gronk. They lost whoever. Antonio Brown was out. They were coming off of a bye week after being 6-2, going up against a team that was supposed to be a pushover, so I know they weren't too pumped about it. Coming up to Washington, I think they were just kind of going through the motions and were like, oh crap, they're playing.
These guys are actually trying.
Yeah, and I saw the writing on the wall for as far as that kind of dynamic. Right. So I knew that we had a chance, and I also know, and I've said it before on here, there's always like one game a year, even when we super suck, that we beat a team that we probably on paper shouldn't beat, or that no one expects us to beat.
Like Green Bay.
Yeah. And I thought this year it would be either the Green Bay game a few weeks ago, I thought we had a chance, or this game. I'm glad it was this game for my birthday celebration, your trip up to FedEx. We met up with Cole CC up there and his dad. who I didn't catch his name,
Yeah,
so
man.
I guess he just goes by Cole CC's dad. So they were hanging out with us at Hale BBQ. Josh showed
awesome.
up.
Josh showed up. It was fantastic. Josh showed up.
Dude, he bought a plane
was like,
ticket the morning
"Hey,
of
dude."
the morning of. Well, the morning
Dude,
before.
I can come up there.
Yeah, he came up
Dude.
like he bought a ticket at like a plane ticket like Saturday afternoon, and was there by like 7 o'clock and hanging out with us. And
Like,
then he
hey,
was there.
dudes.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
Hale
We had a
BBQ
really
was
great
cool.
time. Hale BBQ is cool as always.
There was some random Bucks fan that we felt sorry for that we met
Oh
on the
yeah,
train.
I can't even. I don't even remember his name. He said he's from New Hampshire. I think it was from New Hampshire. He may have been born in Mexico or something. But he was like all by himself, wearing a Buccaneer sweatshirt. He's like, hey, and he was on the train with us and Cole CC and his dad, we didn't even know we were on the same train.
Yeah,
And
Cole
then he goes-
CC heard you laugh and was like, "Wait, are
He
you the
heard my
Harry Hog?
laugh.
Are you the Harry Hog
He heard
guy?"
my laugh. He's like, hey.
So then Cole CC started hanging out.
Right. And then this guy was like, can I hang out with you guys? We were like, okay,
Can I
sure.
hang out with you
So he hung out
guys?
with us at Hale BBQ, and
We got him some
know,
beverages and some food and hooked him up because we knew he was in for a long afternoon of suckitude from his team, and we didn't want him to feel too bad. He at least needed some nourishment before he went in there.
well, I hope he had a good time until they lost.
I hope
'cause,
he
I
had a
mean,
good
we were-
time
we were
until
on the
they
tour-
started losing at the beginning of the game and stayed losing the entire game.
We were in section 203, and we could look across the field and see there were so many Buccaneers fans on the away side of the field. There were so many of them there. And the only time I got mad during the game, the only time I really, really kind of got upset was when Mike Evans scored that stupid touchdown that someone just messed up on defense. And all those people were jumping up and down and cheering. I was just like, oh, man, this is going to be it.
Who bid on that? Who got beat? Was that Jackson the Third? Someone, David Herzing, Trail Chicken. You guys are the only ones in. That pass from to Mike Evans for the touchdown, right? The one STB.
Yeah, I'm
play.
not sure who.
Someone crapped the bed.
that was on.
But
Dude, all I know is like we need to talk about this game and some of the positives. Like Jonathan Allen going freaking ballistic.
oh, Jonathan Allen, the whole game, like it was bothering Tampa Tom that I don't know if it was Allen or Payne. It was just the middle of that line was just collapsing into the middle, and he was just like and throwing it at people's feet, and like I don't know. It was like he couldn't get comfortable back there.
He couldn't get comfortable back there. For someone who's so good at being so quick and letting the ball go so quickly, I guess on like slants and stuff like that, we were covering him a lot better than we had been normally. I know Ron Rivera said that there's more communication at the back end. Bobby McCain is communicating with more. He's now those two are really the starting safeties. He and Cam Curl.
Yeah. Bobby McCain had a
and-
pick.
McCain had a pick. What was the other one? Who had the other one?
Jackson the Third had the first one.
Oh yeah, William Jackson III. He was feast or famine in this game, man. He did that, and then he had that stupid penalty that gave him 3 points. It was what the hey, dude?
Yeah, oh yeah, we can talk about that, but we'll stay positive. Jonathan Allen,
Yeah.
what were his... All right, we watched the game again when we got back to the room, but I can tell you right now I was not in any condition to be analyzing a football game when I was watching it at that point. And then I was going to watch it again yesterday when I got home, but I couldn't get my setup to work, my recording. So
Oh wow.
we only know what we saw from the 20-yard line and what I remember from watching it later in the afternoon. But so I have no idea who that was that got beat, but I know it was William Jackson III. They gave them that free 3 points at the end of the half, and I was like, oh crap, this better not be the beginning of the turnaround. Us doing dumb stuff. Like we gave
stupid face mask penalty, man.
Yeah, like we gave that dumb touchdown up at the end of Green Bay at the end of the half. And
Right,
didn't we
yeah,
give
it
up
was like,
another
here we
one?
go
Like,
again.
didn't we give up another one? Did we give up one to the Broncos at the end of the half too? It's like we're always giving up points. Why is Josh calling? Dude, he needs to get on here.
Yeah, just say get on here. Well, Jonathan Allen, you look at his stats, he only had like two tackles in this game. But you and I remember, especially one quite vividly, like he had five pressures on Tom Brady, and on one of them he just laid him out. Like perfect, hit him right after he left the ball, so it wasn't a roughing, and he flattened that guy.
He crushed. That was early, dude. That was early.
I wonder if that maybe shook him up a little bit.
It may have, because we still weren't getting much pressure from the outside. You know?
No,
it was all on the inside.
We did have Casey Toohill in there, of course, and James Smith-Williams, because
the
one big downer on this game was that we had Chase Young towards ACL.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up later, but
yeah,
I mean, we can't just go to a game that's like awesome all around. There always has to be some big injury or something. Like even when we do well.
Last time we went to FedEx Field, Alex Smith's knee or leg got twisted around and broken.
Every time we're there, someone
Chase
gets a
Young's
big
like
injury.
ACL just went. And you said you saw him getting taped up earlier on the sideline, and he went back in. And I wonder if that was some of the problem.
Wait, who went back in?
Chase Young. You said
no.
Taped up. No,
I said he came back from the locker room, not that he went back in the game.
Oh no!
No!
I thought you were talking about at the beginning of the game.
Oh no!
He went out for a couple plays and they were taping him up, like checking his knee, and then they went back in and.
I think Josh said that. I think Josh did say that. But what I remember telling you is that I saw him come back to the sideline on crutches, but then I think he went back in after that. Yeah. I do know that he was like he was not going out on that stretcher, dude.
No way, dude. He was gonna hobble out. I know Scherf was out there helping him for a little bit, and then the trainers took over. It just sucks for him, man, because I mean he won't be back until like this time next year, roughly. And it's a lot better of a surgery now, but still, I mean, ACLs, you never know.
I think
so. It's going to be interesting to see what our pressure looks like on the ends, especially this weekend, because we're going up against my unfavorite quarterback of all time,
Cam Newton. You wanted him on our team, dude.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dude, it says that recovery time for ACL, I just Googled it, is generally about 9 months. It may take 8 to 12 before athletes can return to sport. So anytime between,
and that's not returning to 100%. That's returning to sport. As we all know, when people come back from ACLs, it usually takes like 6 to 8 games before they are like good.
All right.
If they don't re-tear it.
So best case scenario, according to this, would be 8 months. Worst case scenario would be a year, which means about this time.
But again, 8 months. Like if everyone thinks, I was going to say, if anyone thinks he's going to be back at training camp, then they're going to be nuts. But I bet you if anyone's going to do it, Chase Young's going to try it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was talking about our two safeties that we had back there. And Landon Collins is basically playing linebacker now, and he had a couple of big hits in this game.
He had three tackles, it says.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I was at the game watching it, I was just like in this euphoric state because we were playing so well that I really wasn't keying in on individual people as much. I'm just like, yep. Move the chains. Move the chains.
Here we go.
Move the chains. Move the chains. I love saying move the chains like 100 times in a row. There was one like pseudo Bucks fan behind us that I think was from the DC area that was there with her friends. Or It was a guy. I thought it was a girl because it sounded like a girl.
It was a guy, but his voice was really high.
I looked back in the fourth quarter and I was like, oh, that was a dude. But anyway, he had a Buck shirt on, or he did, I guess. And
I think he and his friends are all like high school, maybe college, maybe early college. I don't know.
What's Josh talking about? Why is Josh calling me when he knows we're on the podcast?
He's probably thinking that you're going to patch him right in. Dude, am I on the podcast?
All right, what were we saying here? What were we saying? just now?
Dude.
Dude.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, David Herzing is in the chat room.
Yeah.
Shanny's in there too.
Oh, hey.
I thought Shanny was going to be at the game. Dude, what happened? We were looking all over for you. Instead, we were hanging out with Cole CC. Will and Maryland bailed. Sean the Sixth bailed. Come on, dudes. I told you we were going to get a win. It's a bad time to bail. Kenny Canada bailed. I told him he was going to be kicking himself. Look in the Discord. I told you guys. I told you. I told you.
I told you. I told you.
I told you. Do I need to say it one more time? I told you. Anyway,
you're gonna play the AA again.
Anyway, David Herzing said that his boy Tony, Shaka Tony, got his name called. What did he do? What did he do in this game? Because I didn't hear his name called by that lame stadium announcer.
Yeah. I don't know if he had anything. I don't know if he had any tackles or not. I didn't see any on there, but I remember saying that he was going to be in. So.
Oh yeah, I guess he played. I thought it was going to be a two-hill show.
Joey Sly got a tackle. Hey, Joey Sly, he had all of his kicks.
Oh yeah, let's talk about him. He came in and started out strong, dude.
Yeah.
He started out strong. He didn't miss anything. He put us up, what was it, 6-0 at the beginning?
Yeah.
I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just kept making them. How many kicks did he have? You just said, I'm sure. 4?
He had 2 field goals.
3 field goals.
3 field goals and 2 extra points. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he scored 11 points for us. I believe that's more than Blewett did in his tenure at the Redskins. So
Blocks.
Anyway, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. Boy, Blewett was here for 2 games, but he'll always be remembered as the worst kicker we've ever had.
Yeah. So Jonathan Allen, it's so weird because if you just look at the stat line, him and Deron Payne only had 4 total tackles and 1 quarterback hit. But dude, they were like pushing guys back into the pocket all day. Like these stat lines don't tell you the whole story at all. At all.
Yeah, absolutely. But that happens a lot with offensive linemen and defensive linemen. Like the stat line never really says what's going on there. Because I don't know. We didn't sack him once, but like I said, Jonathan Allen had 5 pressures on his own. 5 pressures, including a pancake.
Yeah. Let's talk about Heineke a little bit.
Who?
He looked like Heineke left straight out of the last playoff game against them. Like it was the next week and they got a do-over against Tampa. He played out of his mind, dude. He even took 5 sacks and was still able to play as well as he did.
5 sacks.
I know.
All right, I want to talk about sacks in the NFL for a second because sacks haven't been an official stats until like 1982. What are you laughing about the sacks? Dude, we got to talk about these sacks.
I'm laughing because you said you want to talk about sacks.
Got to talk about these sacks, dude. Seriously.
But was he induced?
But it's really great when you get 5 sacks in a game. But in this last game, for instance, Tampa Bay had 5 sacks and they lost. And they weren't like leading or like close or anything. Like we kind of controlled the game.
Yeah.
So how important are sacks, really?
It's more important that you get pressure and make them throw it in a bad spot.
Yeah. I mean, sacks are good, but
it's not the biggest
I don't know.
thing.
Sometimes in games you'll see that it's a misleading thing. You'll see this game 5 sacks, yet they lost. I'm wondering how that works. I'm wondering if that's a.
We forced 2 interceptions, dude.
Check out.
There were so many throws that Brady had at people's feet. Well, he missed only 11 throws. He was 23 of 34 for only 220 yards. He was just dinking and dunking. And we were actually tackling people for once. It was amazing.
That's a really good stat.
There was only a couple times where I
Yeah.
noticed that people were bouncing around like normal. Most of the times, dudes were running up and making tackles.
Right.
Go
and if the
figure.
first person wasn't there, the second person was coming up. A lot of times I saw not a lot of times, but a few times I saw like defensive backs come up to try to make a tackle, and then the linebacker would come in and finish the job.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like it should be so simple, but we haven't been able to do that. We just haven't been able to have guys in the right places to do that. And during this game, it was like things just started coming together like that. It was really, really kind of nice watching it.
Their dude Devin
Because every
White-
time you're just like, yeah, another good tackle. It wasn't just like, when you're watching the game, you're just like, oh, another missed tackle. Oh, another missed tackle. And you see it over and over and over again.
Yeah, that dude Devin White for Tampa
That
was
dude-
destroying us.
Dude, he was absolutely killing us.
He was
boy,
like the-
boy.
He was like the best player on their defense by far.
How many tackles did he have? I remember seeing his stat.
18.
I was like,
18.
man.
And 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. 13 of them were solo. I mean, how
And
many
Levante
plays did we even
David?
run? How many plays did we
Levante
even run?
David, the other linebacker, 14 tackles.
Yeah. But you know what it means if the linebackers are making all the tackles, that we're getting past the line.
Right, usually, yeah. Yeah.
Although they shut the run down. They pretty much shut our run down for the most part.
They shut the run down, but we still scored 2 running touchdowns.
They shut the run down, but we stayed with it, dude. We carried it. We had 34 carries.
Yeah.
And it's like I always say, and people like, all the pundits are still like, you don't have to run in this league anymore. I'm like, maybe you don't
really
have to. But when you run, it keeps good quarterbacks on the other side off the field. If you can
What
run
has
the
Tampa
ball.
Bay done in multiple Super Bowls or late season runs and going to win Super Bowls? What have they done multiple times? They either brought in a running back, or they had a running back who was coming back healthier or wasn't playing much. And suddenly, like November, December, when everything gets cold and it hurts a lot more to hit somebody, here's a big burly running back to run right through you.
You mean New England?
Yeah, the Patriots. Is that what I said? Did I say someone else?
I think you said Tampa. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I meant the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a good way to have it. Like early on, and when the weather's nice, just throw it around and do what you want. But in the winter, people don't like hitting people when it's cold.
Yeah. And
So-
then when you get into the end of the game, when it matters and you need a long sustained drive, their defenses, they don't want to be tackling anymore.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't super cold when we were there, but it was kind of had this chill to the air. And
yeah, it was windy.
by that time, I mean, we're able to get 4th and 1s because those dudes are tired.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. 19 plays on that last drive. After we'd run the ball, let me see.
Amazing.
I don't know. We ran the ball 34 times in this game. And Antonio Gibson carried it 24 times. He was only averaging 2.7, but that's 24 times they had to tackle him coming at full speed into him.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. And Taylor Heineke, I was getting a little mad about this early in the game. I was just like, you need to run him more, even though I know you keep saying they were setting him up to run.
but then they
By
never
not
do.
running him, you never do. But in this game, he actually ran 3 for 15. But there were a couple points. I don't know. All in all, I really didn't hate Norv Jr.'s play calling in this. I thought they opened him up a little bit more. And all you got to do is run him like once or twice, and the other team is going to focus on him more. Not just have a spy back there, like someone that's actually going to do something.
I didn't hate Noor's play calling either. It was getting to a point where they were shutting down our run, and he was running on 1st down a lot, that I was like, ooh. But we were actually converting 3rd down, so...
Right.
I mean, I don't know what
That
that
was
stat
huge.
was, but it seemed like our offense was actually converting on 3rd downs.
I want to say it was like 4 times on that last drive that we converted on 3rd down and once on 4th down. I don't know if that's for sure. I read that earlier.
19 plays. 19.
Unbelievable. I tell you what, there's a lot of people who after this game are like, whoa, Tampa Bay lost. Taylor Heineke, this Taylor Heineke guy is not bad.
Oh, well, all the Green Bay fans were saying that when I was there. They're like, that quarterback's going to be good. Like,
I think Tampa Bay fans are saying the same thing. My friend Tom, who is a Tampa Bay season ticket holder, was actually said exactly that. He's like, this Taylor Heineke guy's good.
he's only played like 10 games, dude.
That's what people need to. I talked about this on the last podcast. I was like, he's basically a rookie. He just has more experience. I mean, he's been around for a few years, but he's only started 10 games. Tampa Bay has started 10 Super Bowls, and Taylor Heineke beat you.
Okay, do we want to go ahead and give our games and kicks, or do we want to talk about some other aspects of this game? We talked about Joey Sly. We only had 2 punts in this game.
Yeah.
For a
Dax
total
Milne
of
had
89 yards.
Dax Milne had that terrible fumble.
Oh, yeah, we do want to talk about that.
Dax Milne, he started to go. He had that fumble, and he looked like he just wanted to cry. For like a rookie guy, or I think he's a rookie this year. I mean, that's the difference between you getting in the game and you not making the active roster next week, you know?
And he had just made a pretty big catch, didn't he, when that happened?
He had 2 catches for 22 yards, including a 15-yard catch in that game.
Was that the one where he fumbled on the 15-yarder?
He might have.
You know who else had a big catch early in this game? Too Cool for School came out with one. I remember it.
Yeah.
We were on the sideline.
Yeah. Yep. I think it was 3rd down too.
Yeah, it was. Like, Too Cool for School contributed. Dak Milne did not contribute. In fact, I think that was the one time in the game where I started getting slightly nervous.
When that happened, usually for us, that you're just like, oh, we're toast. We're about to lose this game.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't.
I remember at the beginning of the game thinking, like, all right, we don't have any room for error. So those picks and those field goals at the beginning, I'm like, okay, sweet. And then all of a sudden I looked, I'm like, wait, are we really up by like 10? Are we really up by 13 right now? And then they got the other 3 at the end of the half, and I was like, all right, we're still up by 10. That's pretty good to be up by 10 at halftime instead of... Didn't they... I think I heard that until this time in the season, at one point in this game, that we had never been up by more than 6 points this year. Until
Maybe.
this game. We had never been up by more than 6 points.
It wouldn't surprise me. Dude, all I know is that we saw on ESPN on Sunday night that playoff. In the hunt, Washington was on the list at 3-6. We've got 5 games in our division to end the season. I'm just saying.
Dude, if I had that playoff sound effect right now, I'd be playing it for you. Playoffs?
I'm just saying.
Playoffs?
I'm just saying. It's not. How many times? We've done it twice, I think, in the last 10 years where we had to win a bunch of games at the end of the season to get in.
And like the last 5 times we made the play. Yeah, like the last 5 times we made the playoffs, we did something similar to that.
5 times?
Something like that.
Wow, I thought it was just twice. It might have been 5 times. That would not surprise me at all.
Well, mate, I think it's more than what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think it's more than 2.
I was thinking 2 times in the last 10 years, but I can't remember.
I can't remember any.
Dudes, we're old, man. We're sitting there in
remember
our old Art Monk jersey, sitting at the game.
I remember the
Josh in his big 44 jersey.
Our section was good, dude, because it was all Redskins fans except for the one pseudo fan behind us. And the funny thing is they're like, let's go Tampa and all this stuff. And then towards the end of the game, when we were kicking their butts, I heard the man-woman say, well, I don't really care who wins.
Yeah, I heard that too. I was just like, all right, dude.
And they had their one friend that on the end that was a super Redskins fan. Like, I think it was I heard him say it was his grandma's season tickets or something like that. These were millennials.
Wow.
They were all millennials. But
yeah. Like maybe college age. Maybe.
Yeah.
And we had the older dude with the long white hair that has the defense sign. I've seen him on TV before. I don't think he made it during this one, but.
Oh, yeah. David Herzing is saying that Galdi mentioned it from 05 to now. I think he's talking about we had to have playoff. Last 5 playoff appearances were late season runs. Yeah, dude.
How about that? And we had a couple rounds where we didn't have late season runs and we sucked.
Yeah, but if we do it, it's gonna be without Chase Young, without Montez Sweat. But you know what I was thinking? Like, people were like, "Well, Chase Young's gone," and I'm like, "Was he really doing that much?"
I hate to say it because I mean,
let's be honest, dude. He was running past the play a lot.
I don't know. Do we? You know what? I'm going to bring up Chase Young stats.
I don't know what his problem was and whatnot, but
and now I'm going to bring up Casey Toohill stats
from the same. Well, he didn't play the whole game, so that's not a fair thing.
For the whole season.
Oh, for the whole season. Okay, Casey Toohill. I thought it was going to be a Toohill
football player.
I thought there was going to be a Toohill Brady ground sandwich going on, but that didn't happen. I can't believe we didn't get one sack. Not even one.
All right, we didn't get one sack. That doesn't surprise me with Tom Brady.
It was really refreshing to see 0 sacks. 0 sacks. I'm used to seeing like 3 or 4.
Casey Toohill's got 4 tackles on the year.
Okay.
4 tackles on the year.
I'm sure that Chase
Young
has many more than that.
11 tackles. No, 26 tackles on the year and 1.5 sacks. Okay, so his stats were a little bit better than Casey Toohill's, I have to say. I really thought
Casey Toohill hasn't played as much, dude. Casey Toohill's played like 3% of the snaps. I mean,
Casey Toohill did have a sack. He had a sack against Kansas City.
Yeah. So we'll have to compare because how many games are left? 6, 7? How many? 6?
No, he's had 7. He's had 7 total tackles. I don't know what's up with this.
How many games are left? 7?
We've done 9.
6 and 3.
8. 8 for us.
8? Oh, it's just weird because they added a game.
There's 17. Yeah.
Josh has appeared. Oh, Josh is in the podcast. I need to unmute him.
What's up, Josh?
Trail Chicken, stay muted. I'm unmuting Josh. Josh, are you on?
What's up? Yo.
What's up?
Can you hear
He's
me?
on. Yeah, can you hear us?
Yo. What's happening?
Yo, Josh, I was just comparing Chase Young's stats for the year with Casey Toohill's stats.
Oh, I thought you were going to compare to my stats.
So, for his Casey Toohill this year, now that I've gone to a different site to look at his stats, he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tackles, 1 sack. Chase Young has 26 tackles and 1.5 sacks. Well, as Aaron said, he probably plays a lot more.
Let's compare their stats at the end of the game because it'll be more, or at the end of the season.
Are there stats on like how often Toohill was double teamed versus Chase Young?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
And it's a good question too because
it really is a good question.
Because if people were scheming against Chase Young and how do I say this? And Montez Sweat, and now they're like not taking Toohill and Smith seriously. Will Smith and Toohill be able to make some more plays because they did not prepare the same way, if that makes any sense whatsoever? You know what I'm saying?
Potentially, I would say possibly.
They might have been able to in this game, but going forward, I think they're going to be game planned for more.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to game plan for Toohill.
What they saw. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you've made it in. Oh, John. Oh, we have to talk about the other injuries. What about Scherf? Is he okay? Because he went out. And I don't know if he came back in. Have you seen anything on his injury? Anyone?
I think he helped Chase off the field, and then he was like, "This looks pretty sweet out here. I think I'll just like do my own injury thing."
He did have a limited practice today. They practiced today. People who did not practice today were Deke, Fuller, who went to bed, Samuel, Ricky Seals-Jones, and Benjamin St. Juste with a concussion. Limited practice, Cosme, Gibson, McLaurin, big man McLaurin, Sammy Reyes, who hurt his hip, apparently, somewhere, and Brandon Scherf, who hurt his knee.
So he's okay.
And Danny
though,
Johnson, it looks like he'll probably be back.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we'll see. That's just for today.
So Ricky Seals-Jones, what did you say his was? Is it a serious injury?
Hip.
Okay. Did he practice? Do you know?
Did not practice.
Ooh, okay. Because that means we got
Yeah,
John
talking
about
Bates.
Ricky Seals-Jones.
Yeah.
Ricky Seals-Jones Seals.
Because that
He
means
went down, man. He was holding that hip.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that means we're on our third tight end, I guess, if you only count one in the game.
That means we're going to be using
John Master.
John Master, and do we have any more?
Reyes, if he's not injured. We signed your favorite player back, dude. I saw this morning.
Oh, that's right.
Tamarick Hemingway is back. Hemingway is back on the squad.
Tamarick Hemingway.
Hemingway. Tamarick.
What's that other guy? John Bates?
Yeah, John Bates. He came in and he did okay. I think he's going to be a good tight end, actually. He's like a big
Who?
prototype tight end. John Bates.
Yeah, he looks like a very typical like BYU tight end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's going to be super good. And
Is that who
David
you guys are
Herzing
calling
seconds that. John Master.
John Master.
So anyway, yeah, hopefully Scherf will be all right because we need him in, and Sam Cosme coming back this week against the Panther. Are you going to that game, Josh?
What do you guys think about Cosme? Seriously.
I think he's going to be good.
I think he's going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's
don't know,
gonna be
man.
solid.
I don't know, man. I think
Really?
he's soft.
Well, he hasn't been playing. When did you say he was limited, John? Did you say he was limited?
Yes, he's coming back from whatever he got injured from.
I think he's going to be good, dude. He's a rookie. Give him a little chance.
I know.
Good.
He's like
I
a
hope
second
he's
year,
good.
second rounder.
I hope a year from now I'm not going, I called it, and he's like, leaking like a sieve over there.
I think he's going to be good, dude.
I think he's already been like just as good as Odd Body, or One Job, not Odd Body, One Job.
Is that who we're comparing people to that's setting the standard now? Is Odd Body?
Odd Body
Definitely.
higher.
He sets a
Dude, when did
higher
you
Who was
standard.
better?
Like
Who
10
was
years
better?
since
Odd Body,
for us.
Odd Body, or One Job? Who was better at right tackle?
One
are we-
job. One job was way better. Dude, you know who the new Odd Body lineman is? It's Eric Flowers.
Well,
Yeah, man.
Stefan Higher.
So I'm trying to figure out, like I said, I didn't pay attention
got a
who gave up
mugshot.
those sacks or anything, to tell you the truth, so I can't blame a lineman on that without seeing who did it. But you know what it's time for, dudes?
What?
Unless you got something to add, we're going to go into our games and kicks.
We need to go into our kicks. By the way, John Bates, Boise State, not BYU. My bad.
All right, we always do the kicks first when we win, so this is a little different for me. I'm glad you reminded me.
It's time for this week's Kicking the Balls Award.
Kicking the Balls Award, brought to you by, as always, Ridapoo.
Why is it still slightly funny?
Because we've done it 537
I
times.
think Stefan Higher is a real estate agent now, guys, by the way.
I thought he played for the Raiders.
He did. Not anymore.
No, he's retired.
Dude, he's totally retired. He hasn't played for us in 12 years.
For real?
Good Lord. Talk about old, man.
It has not been that long.
Man.
Hang on. No. 2010. All right, 11 years.
11 years. Wow.
It seems like 5 to me. Anyway, all right, go ahead. Who wants to go first here with their kicks?
Josh.
Dude,
ahead,
I don't
Josh.
know. I got to think about this a second.
All right, then John, go.
All right, mine is going to, I hate to do it, but Dax Milne, that fumble. Okay, we don't have great receivers except for Terry McLaurin, but that fumble could cost you your job. So you got to clean that up. That
Could also cost us our game.
It also could have cost us our game. And usually, especially in the last few years, when when I saw that, I was just like, oh, we're in trouble now. But we pulled it through.
Yeah, 'cause our
but Dax
defense
Milne,
stepped.
man. Jeez.
That's a good one. Josh, you got one? Still no? Still
I don't know.
crickets?
I have a harder time coming up with. I know I should have one. I have a harder time coming one with all of the excitement of beating Tampa, and being there.
Yep.
I don't know. You go, Aaron. You go.
All right.
I'm thinking.
Well, then I'm going to have to give mine to William Jackson III for that dumb face mask penalty to give them the untimed down that gave them 3 free points at the end of the first half. Because it could have been a turning point. I know he had an interception, but that could have been a turning point when you're playing a team that's perceived as better than you, even though they suck. Even though the Tampa.
You know what's funny about him?
Overrated, and they suck, and their quarterback is overrated, and he sucks too. He's old. And he needs to retire because he can't play football very well anymore. All right, go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
He's looking at you, Tom.
I'm looking at you, Tom.
The funny
Did you
thing
hear?
about,
Wait. Did you hear his? Did you hear his post game conference about the interceptions, Tom?
No.
Dude, he goes in there and they were like, about the interceptions. What was up with what happened on those? And he was like, well, we, you know what? We started the play with the ball and they ended the play with the ball. Thanks, guys. And then he left. That's all he said. He was like mad about it. And then the next day, apparently, he was on a radio
with his
show.
own mortality suddenly.
Yeah, well, the next day he was on a radio show, and someone asked him about why he cut his press conference so short, and he was like, "You know what? When I'm at a press conference that we have to go to after a loss, it's kind of like someone asking you a question before you've had coffee in the morning."
That's a good one.
Anyway, all right, Josh, you've had plenty of time to think about it.
Hold on.
All right,
The whole thing. The funny thing about William Jackson III, he got us an interception and because of that, we had a field goal, and then he cost us 3 points. So is
it balanced?
I guess it kind of balanced.
I guess.
Funny stat though.
All right, Josh.
Dude, did Landon Collins play in this game?
Yes,
he had a couple of really, really good tackles.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
I just don't remember them.
That's what I was telling John before you hopped on. Like, I was in such a state of euphoria from how well we were playing. I wasn't paying that close attention at who was doing what. I just knew that
that's kind of my problem. I'm like looking at it going like, okay, I don't remember them calling out Landon Collins.
Yeah.
I just don't remember seeing him, honestly.
Also,
so I was like, where was Landon Collins?
Also, when you're at a game live, it's like you see more of the game and less of the game at the same time because you're looking at a broader view. So there's that whole dynamic to it. All right, well, I'll give you a kick for you if you don't have one.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, I don't have a kick otherwise. I'm really struggling with it this week.
What about Ron Rivera for that extra point, non-extra point kneel down?
That's good. Yeah, because we were sitting there and I was like, what's the deal with that? Why aren't they kicking the extra point? Why are they doing the victory formation? I didn't understand this. What was up with that?
I don't think Heineke understood either because John was telling me about a soundbite that someone posted in our Discord room that I still haven't listened to.
It was on. He had to explain it to like 3 different linemen, and the last guy was like, "You got to be S-ing me."
They were like, "What do you mean we're taking a knee on an extra point?" But anyway,
three different linemen. He had to explain it.
And he looks over at the sideline like, "Wait, You want me to do what? Can you repeat that, please? Can you repeat that,
Yeah, dude.
please?
If anyone out there is listening for the first time, you can go on our Discord, discord.gg/5YW5YFT. And check it out on there. It's on there. It's on Twitter as well. I think Washington football team actually posted it. But it was a cool listen to.
I'll listen to it after this podcast.
Like on the third one, I think he's talking to Larson, the backup center, the new center, number 69. That's the third one. And you can tell he's saying it for the third time, like, geez, okay, I'm saying it here. Listen, just listen. And that's who was just like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
I mean, I understand his logic that they can't run. There's some kind of slight risk that they might run it back and get 2 points, and then we'd only be up by what, 8?
But what's by 8? Which
let's look at the stats on that. How often has that happened in the NFL's history? 5 times out of 1 million touchdowns.
What do you mean? You mean a block extra point and a run back? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he was worried that they would run it back and get 2 points and only be down by 8 and then only have to get 1 score. Versus versus one play earlier, well, instead of kicking a field goal, he took the risk of going for it on 4th and 1, which had a lot lower odds.
Right.
So then his whole logic doesn't make sense. It's not consistent. His logic is not consistent to me when he takes risks.
This is why they call him Riverboat Ron.
I guess.
They still would have to score a touchdown to beat us because we're only up by 4.
Yeah. I think we should.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? We won the game, so.
Right.
But I would have liked to put an even 30 up on Tampa. But I did get my revenge finally from those 50 points that Tom in New England put up on us, that I've brought up on so many podcasts that left a bad taste in my mouth just to see him get beat live like he did by us when they thought that we had no chance to beat them. I think I've got some closure on that now.
Did you see him getting like staring at the sideline? I forget what play it was. Weren't they going on 4th down and we stopped him on 4th down? I can't remember what it was. And it was like he just stood there and he put his hands on his hip and just stared at the sideline and did one of his Brady yells. Like, ah.
Brady yell.
He was standing around like, I don't know, like some rich kid that didn't get what he wanted for Christmas like the whole game. This is what he looked like to me. Like he had this scowl on his face like,
I wanted a Maserati. This Lamborghini sucks, Mom and Dad.
Mom, I didn't want that Izod sweater. Anyway. Dude, what are you doing?
Dude, let's go.
You got to turn your video off in there, Josh, because it's messing up the podcast feed for everyone watching in Discord. There you go.
It's off.
If you want to come on video, you got to get here on time. Go through Zoom. Anyway,
all right, let's get into the game balls.
Sandwich.
All right, let's go ahead and go to the game balls. Where's the sound effect for that?
I called it.
Pilar?
And now, the coveted and ever elusive Game Ball Award.
Game Ball Award. Brought to you by nobody.
Brought to you by Pilar.
Dude, I'll give my game ball.
Pilar?
I'll give my game ball to our new kicker, Joey Sly.
Yeah. Dude,
That's a good one.
That dude's a hoss, man.
That dude
He
was
is. He looks like a hoss. I hope he's solid and stays around and, continues to be consistently good. But
he's not like a little stick figure like John Adams sized kicker, man. This guy looks like he can make a tackle. He actually got credited with the tackle on pushing that guy out of bounds.
And how important were those 3 field goals he nailed?
Yeah. He looks kind of like if we were in a pinch, we could throw him in at linebacker.
He kind of does.
No, he doesn't.
He's probably the same size as Landon Collins.
I think he's more shaped like me than a linebacker.
What?
Is he built?
He's kind of built, dude.
I thought he was kind of had a belly like me, but maybe I'm wrong. I can't say I've really studied his physique.
I've only seen him like at the 20-yard line.
40 years. And like, what was that kicker's name?
Ali Haji Sheik?
No.
Chip Lowmiller?
No, he wasn't our kicker. What was his name? He was around forever. I think he like played for the Giants and the Raiders, and I don't remember.
Morton Anderson?
I'll look him up.
Morton Anderson?
One of the Andersons?
One of the Andersons, even though they're not related.
One of the Anderson brothers that aren't brothers.
I'll figure it out.
Anyway, who are you giving your game ball to?
Who, me?
Josh.
I just
he
gave
gave
it.
his slide. I mean you. Sorry, John.
Man. This is tough between the two people I want to give it to, and I think Aaron will probably go for the other one, but he might not.
Might not. You might have to give it honorary.
Well, I'm going to give mine to the real GOAT, Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, he picked up where he left off in the last postseason game, basically.
He pretty much owns Tom Brady.
He does. He made a few
lives in Tom's Brady head.
choices, but he took the gamble and worked them out. So
yeah, he had that beautiful pass to DeAndre Carter in the end zone. Remember that one?
That was the pass of the year for him.
Yeah.
Man,
David Herzig said it.
Perfect.
You're thinking about Janikowski, Josh, from the Raiders.
Janikowski.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who got arrested for using the date rape drug and still stayed in our country. Yeah. How did that happen?
Yeah. Dude, that guy, not fit.
That guy, not fit. Not fit. Should have been deported.
Should have been a lineman.
Should have been deported back to Poland.
Should have been deported.
The guy was using the date rape drug and he got away with it. You think that would have happened now?
He would have been canceled.
Oh my gosh.
Canceled.
He would have been in jail and then sent back to Poland.
Yep.
Sure.
True.
And yeah, Josh, you're right. He was very unfit for an NFL player.
All right.
Not as much as the Pillsbury throw boy, but he was pretty unfit.
He was just.
We
big.
saw him. We saw him, dude. We saw the Pillsbury throw boy when we all went to see Art Moncadero go into the Hall of Fame. We saw him.
Well, dude, I'm gonna give my game ball to, and I've alluded to it earlier in this game. In this podcast, I'm gonna have to give there's so many people I could give it to because the defense played so well.
Yeah,
even
game of the year for the
defense. Like they played so well, but it was more of a collective effort than like one guy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Team effort.
So I'm gonna give the entire defense my honorary, but I'm gonna give my game ball to Terry McLaurin for that catch down when we had to get that long sustained touchdown drive, when he held on to that ball when he got destroyed, where everyone thought there should be a flag. I don't know if there should have been a flag because I couldn't see it close enough on TV. Probably not.
It was a clean enough hit. It was a hard hit.
Come out of that with a concussion, man.
But he held on to that.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to win.
When he got up, I was like watching him to see if he was going to like wander around, like where am I? But he didn't. He got back in the huddle.
Fine.
Like,
he was good.
Yeah.
And for that play, he is getting.
Dude, he's so tough, man.
Yeah. Trail Chicken is giving his game ball to the Washington offense. For that long sustained drive at the end of the game there, and David Herzing is bring up that O-line performance.
Trail Chicken is she? I think she is.
Sorry, she
is.
Trail Chicken, sorry man. I don't want to be canceled here. Trail Chicken is giving her game ball to the entire offense for that long sustained drive at the end. Cole CC, who hung out with us.
What a drive, man!
Bringing up the O-line. I mean, the O-line was. They did what they had to do. They did give up 5 sacks, but It was good
They
enough.
did what they had to do.
It was good enough. You know, so yeah, there's that. Anyway.
And again, like we said, like
Dude, they gave up
people
sacks,
got hurt.
But
But
also Heineke, wriggled himself out of a few potential other sacks. So
he totally
to me, that says two things. Heineke was great. You gave him the game ball. That's awesome. But the O-line needs to, we got to figure that out because they were blocking most of the time, but he was also getting the ball out of there pretty quick a lot of times. Sometimes when he was holding on, I did notice this. He didn't seem to be checking down all the time. Like there were a few times where he had some folks wide open. He didn't even look to his left. He was just like looking downfield and to his right. And, and I think one of those was when he got sacked because he was just hanging on forever. So I think there's a couple things. I think he's great and he played great, but he's still got to get a little bit better with that. And the O-line's also got to have sustained blocking if he's going to have that much time in the pocket.
We're having some. The thing is, we need people to like Scherf. We need him to come back. We need Cosme to come back.
What's the deal with Rollier?
Really, he's out for the year. He's done.
He was so solid. He was like a
Dude, that's why Larson, number 69, is in the center of the field going, are you crapping me about not taking that extra point? You got to watch that stuff.
Well, I didn't know what we were doing either. I was like,
none of us did.
What? The clock doesn't run on an extra point, Ron. What are you doing? I thought he was trying to run out 20 seconds by kneeling it on the extra point. I didn't know what he was thinking.
He was running out of game clock, right?
Yeah.
What?
Well, at that point, the clock was stopped
on the extra point.
Yeah.
Is there no play clock on the extra point?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a play clock. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Because on the untimed down, remember we took a timeout, and I was like, "Oh, we took a timeout from an untimed down." It just seems kind of funny.
Right. Because I remember you asking, you were like, "Can we do that? Is that legal?"
Is that legal?
Yeah, there was some.
Can we do that?
There was some weirdness.
Anyway, here's what wasn't weird, and was actually pretty delightful: was seeing Tom Brady get destroyed by our team. And the Bucks fans on the way out of the stadium that couldn't handle it and were trying to argue with. Remember they were like trying to get in a fight with that guy.
Oh yeah, when we were walking with some guys, like it was some, I don't know, some kind of pseudo fight ahead of us.
I don't know what they were chirping about. It's like, dudes, you came in here expecting to see an easy win and you got your butts handed to you. And now you're
talk about all the Super Bowls that you won last year, and blah 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 blah, and this and that.
We'll see you in the playoffs then. We'll see if you make the playoffs. And I'm just over like in the distance going, scoreboard. Oh man, it was funny. And then they just kept going. It was hilarious. I loved it. Anyway, should we let everyone get a nice evening's rest and round this thing out? Okay.
Yeah, Aaron, can you bring back the drum beats? I don't think we've had those since like season 1 or 2.
When they went under the entire podcast. But that's when our entire podcast lasted like 12 minutes.
And people were like, Aaron, can you get rid of the beat? Because it was like, it was this drum beat that ran. If you guys haven't listened to those early seasons, you should go back and try it. It's a hoot. Also, if anybody happens to find, what episode is it? Episode 2 or 3?
We don't know what happened to episode 2. It's gone.
2.
It's gone.
Yeah. If you find it somewhere in the ether, you win. It's Aaron going like, welcome back to Harry Hog Football.
Cole CC, dude, he wasn't in the chat room here when we were talking about it. But, dude, we were telling the story about how you knew who we were by John's laugh on the subway.
We're on the metro, yeah. And he's like, we get off the metro, and he's like, are you guys, you Harry Hog Football? Are you John? I can tell by your laugh.
And we were in the same subway car, like in the same section of the subway.
I think we got on at the same stop even. That was weird.
Yeah, maybe.
Same car, same stop, going to the same place, and he was already going to hang out with us at Hale BBQ. So that was kind of
funny.
odd. Yeah. Anyway, dudes, let's round this thing out. There's got to be music here.
This weekend we got Carolina, 1 o'clock. Cam Newton versus his former coach, Riverboat Ron Rivera. It's gonna be epic.
John's favorite quarterback of all times, Cam Newton, versus
Taylor Heineke, baby. Heineke.
We're about to make we're making a 7-game winning run right now. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Crazier things have happened, man. We could still possibly get the last
laugh
wild card. Maybe.
We could.
Possibly. We're in the hunt. It said on ESPN we're in the hunt.
Remember, there's an extra wild card this
year.
year.
For Dallas to lose a few. What's
there's
that?
There's an extra
we're
wild
just in the
card
hunt for the second wild card because it's like other teams are only 1 win ahead of us.
That's true.
Yep.
It could happen.
Like to give a shout out to everyone in the Peanut Gallery this week. Trail Chicken, David Herzing, Cole CC, Shanny popped in there for a little bit. I think that's everyone. You can reach us on Twitter at Harry Hogg. You can email us hhfpodcast@gmail.com. The Hog line 202-735-1788. Leave us a message. If it's funny, we might put it on. Is that about it?
Discord.gg/5YW5YFT.
Yeah, join the community. Discord.gg 5YW5YFT. I think that about rounds it out. Hail to the Redskins. And if you see a Bucks fan this week,
oh, you know what to do. Chioka! Oh. Go Dallas, dude.
Yeah, Dallas too.
Joe come.